on match point. But remember the chasing pack now. It's your time to shine, to show that you can get a win, to keep us going for one more game.
Well, Storm Point traditionally has been the place that tournaments have ended. But with so many teams now on the precipice of calling themselves a champion, World's Edge may be the final battleground for these teams to decide who's going to be our champion here at the Split 1 playoffs.
It can be a very difficult map to navigate. And if you get caught on the wrong side of a circle, World's Edge can be so difficult to try and find your way through any sort of team that might be holding you out. But everyone's going to be nice and friendly off drop, and suddenly all that adrenaline all has to turn down a little bit. You have to be calm, you have to be focused, and you need to start thinking about where you're going to move. Do you have a ring console? Do you have the information that we have on our screens? Now, this is great news for the likes of SSG, Kinotrope Gaming, Elevate, Cloud9. None of those, however, are on match point.
Yeah, I was just taking a look through here, our match point teams, and nobody really with great prio to this zone. It looks like it's going to go deep into Climatizer as well. A very tough zone to access if you're not there early. So a chance really for everyone, ourselves included, maybe just to take a deep breath here, just to get a little bit of oxygen flowing back around the body and set ourselves up for what might be quite a long game here.
Yeah, Disguised are going to have to move all the way from Thermal, from the southwest, all the way to the northeast. Like, that is one of the toughest zones they could have got after reaching match point. But again, very difficult for Reject Winnity on that side. Trials for Dark Zero, they have to move all the way from west to east. It doesn't sound great, really, for many of these squads. So that means you need to try and do something special. Try and come up with something different. How deep is your playbook? Also, can we just reiterate what an insane and ridiculous win we just saw from 07, and I'm quite happy we saw the whole crowd saluting because they deserve it. What a performance it's been so far in this tournament, and who knows, another victory here, they might just keep it going.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that 07 have given us some of the most special and memorable moments so far in this tournament. However, the most special and memorable one, of course, would be for them to win that trophy, and they're taking a step towards doing so, like you say, with that win in the last game. But one team who's taken a step to being in a great position for the end game here is going to be Elevate Gaming, taking the backside of Climatizer. SSG are going to be extremely close to them as well. Here come Legends Gaming, who also, of course, in the last game, found themselves on match point.
Yeah, Legends on match point and find themselves in a really good spot. Not to mention Koiful, kill leader at the moment on 16. They have been unbelievable. In the story of Strafing Flame, when we got to see what he was able to do at previous tournaments, now see him thriving in this situation.
Now, the crazy thing is Koiful as well is a sub, so you know, seeing his job. Elsewhere, we're going to see a little battle going down. The Skylines are going to hit. A Liquid Alienware are taking on Alliance here in Alliance. They certainly have the upper hand.
And Alliance not on match point at the moment, but they are closing in, and this will get them one step closer. Yanya, the last remaining player. And Alliance are not an easy team to fight against, but he's got some high ground to work.
Oh my goodness! Effect goes down, 1 HP. Can he get the shield swap? No. That will be the end of things for Liquid Alienware. Out first, as unlucky. We would say it was a 1v1, but it was kind of a 1 versus a 1 HP.
So Fnatic have a long way to go from Tree. I mentioned Disguised earlier, Dark Zero all on that western side. It's similar for Fnatic as they've got to move. And all these, I think almost every match point squad has had to move quite a far distance across the map. The only team that maybe doesn't get included in that list is Legends Gaming, who are in one of the better positions out of all of those teams on match point. But they're only on blues, and that's going to be a pattern, and also maybe one of the reasons why we see World's Edge not being where we finish things, because it can be very difficult to kind of find a victory when everyone plays a little bit more zone heavy when it comes to this map.
One thing I will say that I think has really helped Legends Gaming in some of those end circles and final moments is the Watson, right? We've seen that interception pylon be so vital in allowing them to not just hold positions down, but actually aggressively to be able to cross ground and not have to worry about caustic ult, grenades, whatever might be coming towards them. Bangalore ultimates included, and it just gives them the chance to cross into positions that maybe others can't hold. So for them, that Watson pick has been so vital to their success. But I want to talk about some of our other match point teams, right? Dark Zero, Disguise, just mentioned Fnatic, Reject Winnity. They're all going to be coming from the west side of World's Edge here, and there's a very, very good chance that we see them clash on the edge of that zone at some point.
It is worth noting that the likes of Disguised coming into today's grand final. The victory they had found was on World's Edge, so that's something that they can go off. Stormpoint hadn't been as kind to them. However, we've seen in the grand final, things can change very quickly. Now, Aurora, they've been the villains. Can they be the biggest villains of all and suddenly snatch victory away from everyone else in this lobby as they too are on match point? But it's a different game because we've not seen Aurora find that victory prior to today either.
I will say, and you will confirm this, what did I say?
What
Who was
did you
going to
say?
win this? I said Aurora in...
I said Aurora in 9. You said Aurora in...
7.
So we could both be wrong.
Yeah, we probably both will be wrong. But anyway, Effect and Alliance and the rest of the troops after that win a little bit earlier on are going to be looking pretty healthy with those Evos, and they're going to be moving from the southern side of zone through the choke just above Lava Siphon towards Fragment. Elsewhere, you can see TSM making their rotate as well, and they've found some good Evo perks on their way. So Imperial Howl's going to have that red Evo, purples for Reps and Verholst as well. But I think one slight concern for me with TSM has just been their fighting so far today. They just don't look quite in sync.
But when you look at teams that can be the difference maker, that can continue this going into match 9, TSM are a squad that have been have found a victory so far this tournament, and historically can just find that extra clutch factor when they need to. But are they just too far behind here in 17th position, still requiring 24 just to get to that threshold, let alone even thinking about getting a victory?
Well, here at Dark Zero, and I think out of all of the teams who are on match point in this lobby at the moment, I think mentally they're the ones who are going to be tested the most in this game, because they know that was an opportunity in that last game. They had a great position, they had Kraber, they had red armors. It was about as good an opportunity as maybe you could hope for. Now, obviously there's a lot to do in those situations, right? They still have a lot of work to do, still teams alive. But now going into that next game, knowing that that opportunity has slipped away, and there's more teams now, 7 teams in total, that have a chance to take this tournament, you have to wonder what the vibes are going to be like. Is it going to be positivity? Is it going to be maybe looking back on what we should have done? Is the, just the general kind of energy in the comms, is it going to be the same as the last game? Questions to be asked, and again, questions that will be asked of any team who find themselves in that situation.
Yeah, Dark Zero on their rotation, we're just trying to find some information of either where that circle is going to be going, or at least where the other teams are currently residing. Reject Winnity have a spot to hold here within the next circle. But if that zone does keep shifting up towards Climatizer, they're going to have to move. Now, Alliance are an interesting one for me as well. If we do see Alliance get onto match point, right, they're one of the best teams that we have from top 5 conversion rates, from getting into that top 5 and finding a victory from it. As you can also see in the kill feed, Virtus Pro have just lost a couple of players as well. But this is an ambush that's waiting to happen. And it's Fnatic who could potentially be on the wrong side of it.
Alliance in that Vault Tunnel. It's going to be interesting to see what route Fnatic do take. As you can see, the other 2 members of Fnatic are taking a different route altogether. They've gone through the Geyser Choke, not the Vault Tunnel itself, so wouldn't be surprising to see all 3 of them meet up, but it's the timing of it. Are they going to meet up at the same time, or is one going to be left lagging behind as Alliance burst out of that tunnel? And now we're going to find our answer. Like it takes some damage as all 3 players from Alliance try and collapse.
Yeah, they're going to want to go fast here. They've only got 2 on the scan. They know where there is a straggler behind, and now they've got all the information of stragglers behind. Still, they want to try and press this advantage, try and get involved in the scrap whilst they have the extra player.
Well, Fnatic have managed to just about regroup here. The bang-up gives them enough time just to make sure that this is a 3v3 engagement if they wanted it to be, and not a 2v3 where one player can get picked off nice and easily. So Alliance, they set the trap, and for all intent and purposes, you have to say Fnatic maybe took it, but Fnatic managed to regroup in time to not be affected by it.
I got eyes on this area.
But what a difficult position this is for Fnatic to win the game from here, right? They're currently being held by Alliance. Even if they were to get through Alliance, you've got the likes of Not Moist, who are also on this southeast side. That will be their next job. It's almost like Gladiator. You have to go through task after task and then eventually get into the zone. Well, look at this, though, for a play. Dark Zero trying to attempt to take the northern side, and it seems like a good time to jump in for a listening with the leaders.
Get spokes there.
Yeah, second up. I got both charged. Batting.
Nothing.
I spiked on them, I spiked on them.
Right at the ledge.
I'm gonna save for Bangle, for truck.
I don't have a lot of time. There's a lot of barrels here, I can't see.
My card. Not really, I don't know.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna Bangle. Yeah. Bang on,
Why do I can't kill myself? Can you back with me?
Okay, I think you, I think for you.
Blue armors.
Yeah.
He's cracked, Dilly. I also...
Dude,
Okay.
I'm getting it.
Getting it.
I was like, okay.
You okay?
No, we're not in.
He's not. Heal.
Swinging.
We have to fight them sides.
Make it.
We're there.
Make it.
On the spot.
I can't go to them. Bat in. In my ult,
I'm gonna bounce. Batting.
Taking one really hard.
Song.
I'm stuck for you.
Chill. Hello, in my swing him.
I'm coming.
I'm gonna arc them. I'm ready.
Back kidding. Okay, left side. We go left side.
Yeah, swinging.
I'm making right now. Scanning one. Scan one.
Yeah.
Left back it. Back kidding. Move anything? Any you two?
Yeah.
I'm baiting it.
Throw left. Reloading. Good guys on two.
Cracked one.
I'm around.
Burning.
Low, bang. Minus. Kill that gun in.
Dead. I flicked. I switched. I'm ringing.
Jimbo will clutch up with his fight in zone. Elevate Gaming will be taken down, but here come SSG!
SSG to deny Dark Zero the chance of victory here in match 8. It would have to be match 9 for them, but reject Winnity now getting involved.
They want to clear out this side. They see kills available. They see an opportunity to clear out SSG and take control of this side of zone. 2 members will fall. 1 player still alive for SSG who manages to get away. But look at the position they have in zone, Dan. They are in God spot.
And you can see why Dark Zero wanted this position, why Dark Zero made that play, but sadly getting stuck in that truck just left them in no man's land for too long, and the zone joined the fight. And then, of course, SSG came not long after. Now, reject Winnity. If they can make themselves big here, if they can force some of these teams away from them, they will be within a chance of winning this game, depending on how aggressive other squads are around them.
And they have the Watson in the composition. They can get the fences down. They can get the interception pylon down. The Jenny is going to be massive. 2 R1C eliminated. As TSM finally start to get rolling a little bit here with some kills.
So still 6 of our 7 match point squads are alive. Fnatic are one of them. TSM also eliminated in the kill feed, so they won't be able to stop one of these match point teams winning. And this is going to be a play for Fnatic. Try and slam yourself somewhere and hope you can just stay alive.
Oh, there's 1 player still up on height. He decides to get out of there. In the kill feed elsewhere, you can see Kinotrope Gaming and 07 are having a little scuffle. Alliance underneath Fnatic right now. 07 trying to scarper away at the moment. Kinotrope trying to push the advantage. The bang-on is going to hurt them, and it's certainly going to slow them down. Look at the amount of damage they did take from that bang-on, but now they're getting shot in the back. They're not quite sure of their angles here, and this is looking like it's a little bit awkward for them.
Yeah, 07 have just been given a helping hand in this fight, but all 3 members of Kinotrope are still alive, and Nags gets thirsted. As now Aurora have spotted Alliance on their rotation. Remember, Fnatic are on the other side of this, so this is a good distraction for Fnatic. They can move whilst that's happening.
Not Moist inside of the compound, which is inside of the zone most importantly. Koifel just been taken down in the kill feed by pricing from VP as well with a Sentinel. But MT missed the 360 from the last time we saw him with his gun in his hand. Just a 140 this time. As Virtus.pro will be eliminated in the meantime. 5 bullets to work with here for Not Moist. And MT, he can control so much space with this Kraber as SSG will also fall.
Yeah, SSG gone down, now only 13 squads remaining, 6 of them still on match point. That's almost half the lobby at this point, as Alliance are very much being focused by Aurora, who are one of our match point teams, and they've just got the opener onto Hackis.
Alright, gets that first off. They're trying to thirst him right now. Now they can just breathe, knowing that only 2 members of Alliance are pushing up on the 3 of Aurora. Elsewhere, though, Disguised are looking to make a little play here on the back of what we've just seen between Aurora and Alliance.
One of the benefits of Disguised composition, you do have that rate, you do have that portal, you can get out of dodge sometimes, but they're in a very difficult spot at the moment.
They've got to think about getting to zone, though. That's the problem. Strafing Flames got away. Legends Gaming on match point, but just with a solo player available. And it's been scanned by a Bloodhound as well. Elsewhere, you can see Nasky got the thirst. And it looks like 07 is still having an influence on this lobby. Strafing Flame will fall, as will Legends Gaming. Another one of our match point teams will fall.
5 remain. Fnatic still alive and still approaching from the south here. This has been an incredible rotation where they've been able to survive. All the meanwhile, Alliance have just fallen. Fnatic finds somewhere to call home, but it's not particularly safe. And Aurora just lost one on their rotation. It might be 2, it could be all 3. And another match point team goes down.
And it's Disguised, the team who was so close at the ALGS Championship to causing what would have been considered one of the biggest upsets we've seen. Well, now, they solidified themselves as one of the best in the world, and you would not say a win here for them would be anything like an upset.
4 match point teams left. 6 squads to try and make a difference and send us a little bit further as Disguised. They've lost enemy, but this is the advantage of having a Wraith. Maybe an opportunity to get that res through the portal.
Timmy's gonna hit the port. Can they get the body through though? Can they get the res? Fnatic are thinking the same thing at the moment, trying to get Leica back to his feet, but F will go down as well. Satsuki now, even though they've got Leica back to his feet, has to hold strong.
It's looking dicey for Fnatic, dicey for Disguised. LG, though, are slowly approaching. They're getting close to match point. LG actually only 1 point away from match point, but might not even make it.
They're getting caustic on it. One player is still alive, but they have him focused here, Kinotrope Gaming. MT still with that Kraber in his hand, though. I've just got to say, I feel like Moist are in such a great position here to hold out this side of zone. Let's see what the comms are like.
Stay focused.
I think they're going out wide for this
This
team.
team's gonna move in a second.
We need to step.
They're gonna move now.
Yeah, we need to step. Yeah, I can't see them. Getting it. Get more traps down.
Running at us, running at us.
I can't see anything. Weak.
Okay.
They're on us, right here.
Enemy spotted.
I can't see anything.
They're on me.
Careful. I got the barrel in the corner next to you.
I'm backing up. Play on me. I'm playing the blue crate. Play on me. We safe. No.
No.
On me, maybe.
I'm gonna eat this one rocket, okay?
Inting.
In barrels.
Contact dead. Go get back.
In front of us.
I'm not greedy.
Bang 80.
I'm batting. You guys gotta get in.
I'm batting. I cracked one of them. Dead. Bang here.
07 eliminate, but it's all up to Waltzy now. Fnatic will go down. The Moist will hold. But is it going to be enough? No! The Moist will fall as well. We're down to 6 squads.
Our attention turns to Reject Winnity, who all the meanwhile are still watching from the northern side, but it's Disguised that they're fighting up against another match point team, but Reject Winnity have the extra player.
They have 2 down. They just need to find the third. It's going to be Disguised down as well. As Reject Winnity now put themselves in the driver's seat.
Reject Winnity, the last team on match point that are still alive. 3 squads remain. Can Cloud9 or Serenity keep this one going? Or will we have a historic moment for Reject Winnity?
Reject Winnity have held this spot for so long. They took that fight a little bit earlier. They win the fight against DSG.
Tango near me.
And now it's about winning one more. If they can do it,
Saw someone out there. Stay
it will be a historic moment, not just for them, but for the ALGS and APAC North.
The regional final winners of APAC North. The informed team coming into this tournament, and they know this is the best opportunity they will ever get at lifting that trophy. Look at C9, look at the position Serenity are in. Everything falling into place for Reject Winnity right now.
You're looking at the armors, you're looking at the position. You don't get many better opportunities. And we're about to see them throw down.
I'm going to look around here for loot.
Karapu's going to go wide here, put that gen down, give them something to play around. The fence is going to go down as well, just to get that perimeter up to stop those pushes coming in.
Both teams are just staying alive. I mean, Reject Winnity are just going to watch this unfold in front of their very eyes. Surely it's going to be the moment for APAC North here.
Sangyu gets the first knock onto a member of Serenity. C9 biding their time, waiting for their moment. As all of Reject Winnity find themselves at Red Evos. It's a massive moment for Apex. It's a huge moment for APAC North. As cold killers in that final moment, Dan. But history has been made.
I mean, it's the first time in years we've even seen an APAC North team get onto match point, let alone win the entire tournament. Finally, we will crown a new champion that is not Dark Zero, that is not TSM. It will be Reject Winnity that will ring around this arena, that will ring around the Apex scene as they dominate this last game here in the ALGS Split 1 playoffs.
What else is there to say? I mean, what again? Match point never disappoints. Apex Legends and the ALGS never disappoints. We have had records broken from amount of kills in a game, from games won in a row. It has been an incredible, incredible tournament. And somehow it just feels like we keep surpassing it every single time we get to one of these events. Dan, we've got our winning moment. I mean, talk us through it.
It's incredible to watch this one back, because when you look at Reject Winnity's POV, right, where they're looking across, and at one point they're probably asking, where are the other two teams? And the other two teams kind of just waiting, hoping that maybe the other team would do something, and maybe they would move first, maybe they would blink first. But Reject Winnity, remember, they played for this position so early on. And you mentioned that, Watson, right? When we look at the meta, we look at the legends that are used, who can make the difference? Watson allowed them to hold that northern side because of those fences, because of that pylon. And it looks so simple when you watch it back for them, but it was the work they did to lead up to that point. And I cannot imagine what's going through the minds of those players right now, because it had got to the point where everyone was almost expecting it to be the likes of TSM and Dark Zero.
Well, those three gentlemen, ice cold in those final moments. And this is a moment they would have dreamed of. Put your hands together for your winners of the ALGS Split 1 Playoffs.